Home. It means something different to all of us, but there's no place more important. It's where dreams become reality and where life takes shape. For 50 years, the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, or MSHDA, has helped thousands of Michigan residents open the door to owning a home, growing a business, or strengthening their community. MSHDA, opening possibilities. Our mission today is to discuss a vital component of our work, the administration of federal funding and tax credits. Low-income housing tax credits, home funds, community development block grants, and federal historic preservation tax credits allowed MSHDA to infuse over $2 billion into Michigan communities from 2012 to 2015. Let's take a look at the numbers from your congressional district. These investments build affordable housing for veterans, seniors, and families, preserve and repurpose historic buildings, and strengthen our communities so businesses can succeed. But don't just take our word for it. Let's listen to what folks from your district had to say. Let's hear what Jennifer Hall, Executive Director of the Ann Arbor Housing Commission, has to say about tax credits and preserving affordable housing.
When I started at the Housing Commission 4 years ago, the first thing I did was I walked all of our apartments, and it was shameful, really, the condition of some of our apartments. And so my first thought was, why aren't we maintaining these apartments? They're all public housing, it's federally funded. I looked at our finances, and it was very clear right away that although these buildings were built primarily 45 years ago, and there's a large investment by the federal government back then, there's been very much less support as we have gone into the 80s, 90s, 2000. We were one of 10 housing authorities that were approved to renovate our entire portfolio through the Rental Assistance Demonstration Project through HUD in order to make application to MSHDA for tax credits. It's the single largest source of funding and really the only source of funding to do major new affordable housing or renovating existing. The only way to do that is with tax credits. So far we've raised $46 million. The primary source has been tax credits in our state through MSHDA. That's a primary source for funding, and the gap that's not completely paid for with tax credits, because it doesn't typically pay 100% of your project, we have to go out to private and public sector. We've gotten block grant funds from the county. We've gotten general funds from the city of Ann Arbor. We've gotten federal home loan bank funds, and we've had to go out and get loans from banks to cover the gap. And so really you're constantly cobbling together funding, but the most critical piece is absolutely tax credits. Could not have done it without tax credits.
That's just one story from one MSHDA development in your district. There are many more examples in your congressional district and all across Michigan, with new deals being finalized, new community partnerships being forged, and new ground being broken as we speak. In every corner of the state, MSHDA works to create more opportunities for citizens, residents, developers, entrepreneurs, small businesses, and local leaders to flourish in Michigan's strengthening economy. If you'd like to learn more, please contact MSHDA, and we'll gladly spend some time illustrating what we've done and what we plan to do in the future.